Mr. President, there's a lot to talk about.
A lot to talk about.
Here in Tel Aviv, the second siren in about 10 minutes.
This Humvee just pulled up and said, it's time to leave.
Now on Channel 3 and streaming on WFSB+. This is Eyewitness News at 11.
I'm just glad that I'm okay, and I'm glad that my family's okay, and I pray for the guy, and I hope that he'll be okay. He's a really good guy.
Forced out by fire tonight, 2 people now in the hospital after flames tore through a multi-family home.
Also ahead, stopping the violence with armed citizen patrols, the controversial plan to protect people from crime.
And shining a spotlight on school bullying after the death of a teenager, the emotional rally tonight at the state capitol.
But first up at 11 o'clock, a wet Wednesday night, and that wind is howling out there in some areas.
Yeah, you can see it there with the flag blowing in New Haven and a live look in Hartford right now. But the rain won't stick around much longer. Temperatures, though, are taking a nosedive. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Mark Sinney.
And I'm Erin Connolly. Grab those winter coats because cold weather is moving back in.
Let's kick things off tonight with Chief Meteorologist Mark Dixon. He is here with the first alert. Mark?
Yeah, Mark, by tomorrow morning, temperatures will feel about 40 degrees colder compared to this morning, thanks to the arrival and passage of this cold front. We had some lightning from this particular cold frontal passage around Farmington, a wind gust of 51 miles an hour in Bridgeport, and Jeff in Staffordville reporting a 15-degree drop in temperature in a matter of 20 minutes, and even reporting some light snow coming down at this point. The back edge of the rain about to reach the 91 corridor, and it will continue to wind down rather quickly. And check out the temperature spread. 52 right now in Groton, 36 degrees in Salisbury, and temperatures continue plummeting as the night progresses. Here's a look at some other wind gusts from across Connecticut on our network of neighborhood weather stations. 1 to 42 miles an hour in Wolcott, Kent to 40, also 40 mile an hour gusts coming in from Storrs, and Bristol a gust to 37. Temps already at all 4 of those locations in the 30s. Winds sustained right now between 10 to 25 miles an hour out of the northwest, sending that colder air in our direction. And you can see the front now progressing through southeastern New England, clearing Connecticut, and cloud cover to our west will be heading in our direction. Our sky goes clear by daybreak. So our wind advisory runs for several more hours through tonight, expiring for our southern 4 counties at 4 a.m., our northern 4 counties at 7. Tomorrow's still going to be a windy day, just not as windy, and that wind is going to make it feel colder. Here's a check of temperatures on Futurecast, going from the 30s eventually into the 20s by tomorrow morning. Those 20s will feel more like the teens, and by tomorrow afternoon, high temperatures only in the 30s. Normal high for the last day of February, 42 degrees. Unseasonably cold tomorrow. We'll have the latest on a quick rebound in temperature and the latest on weekend rain in the First Alert 7 day.
All right, we'll see you in a few minutes, Mark. Thank you. Right now at 11, a daring rescue inside of a burning home here in West Haven. The fire left 2 people in the hospital, one with very serious injuries, and more than a dozen people lost their home. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Hector Molina is live in West Haven after talking with someone who escaped the fire. Hector?
Mark, I spoke with a woman who says she lives on the first floor of the home that caught fire behind me here on Dogburn Road. Now, West Haven Fire says that's the floor where the fire first started, and she says she was just feet away from it all.
Literally two steps away from the apartment. I opened up my door, it's right there.
Shantae Barnes was in her apartment when a fire started in her neighbor's unit just after 4 o'clock this afternoon.
The smoke started to get into my apartment gradually as time started to go by.
When she saw the smoke, she grabbed her dog, daughter, and 2-year-old grandchild and got out as soon as possible.
My grandbaby was in the room sleeping. I had to yell, tell them to let's go, grab the baby, don't grab anything. First thing I said to her was just get the baby, let's go.
Leaving valuables and some necessities behind.
There's a lot of pretty much water damage, smoke, can't get my medication, and a lot of stuff we was told to leave behind.
In addition to a woman being treated for minor burns, Shantae's neighbor is the other person in the hospital. West Haven Fire Deputy Chief Michael Esposito says he suffered life-threatening injuries after he was trapped inside for 10 minutes after the fire started.
He was found in the front bedroom. He was brought out and he was unconscious, and they performed medical procedures on him.
Lewis lives down the street from the fire and says the man who was hurt is a mechanic who has helped him out in the past.
It's sad. I don't I pray for that guy. He's a good guy.
And now both he and Shantae are hoping for a safe recovery.
Very, very anxious, and I'm just glad that I'm okay, and I'm glad that my family's okay, and I pray for the guy, and I hope that he'll be okay. He's a really good guy.
And Shantae is about one of 12 to 15 people that the American Red Cross is helping find a place to stay tonight. The state's fire marshal's office is here behind me, still trying to determine what caused this fire. In West Haven, Hector Molina, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Hector, thank you. Also new tonight at 11, fed up with the violence. A spiritual leader in Hartford's North End is calling for an armed block watch to help keep the community safe. Channel 3's Bryant Reed sat down with him tonight and is joining us with more on his story. Bryant.
Yeah, and the reason why Bishop Dexter Burke has been calling for this armed block watch is because he says there have been 4 shootings in the area of Garden Street on the north end in just 2 months. He says he's installed cameras on both his church and neighbors' homes to keep a watch on things, but now it's time to take back the streets.
Enough is enough. They need help, and they are desperate for that help.
Pastor Dexter Burke of Walk in the Light Church of God in the north end of Hartford is calling for an armed block watch on Garden Street. He posted this message on Facebook saying vigils, songs, and prayers are nice, but they aren't enough to stop people from dying.
We've witnessed the increase in not only crime but violence, murders, and we continue to play the game of let's wait.
Burke says Garden Street residents reached out to him and longtime friend Minister Cornell Lewis to help end those issues. Lewis runs an armed group called the Self-Defense Brigade, a group of legal firearms owners who help keep the peace in the community interest.
We can't expect other people to do for us what we won't do for ourselves.
Burke and Lewis say they've installed similar tactics to other neighborhoods before and have been successful, but not everybody agrees with their program.
Point is to try to get the guns out the hood, but you're just adding more guns into the hood, and that's going to keep starting more and more violence.
Makai Jones doesn't think guns are the answer, but does have his own deterrent.
Then you already know I got like keep a knife on me or something, because I don't know these people don't know me.
The Self-Defense Brigade isn't just for anybody, it does come with requirements.
You have to be willing, you have to listen, and you have to understand what it is that we are about.
And we have reached out to both the mayor's office as well as Hartford Police to see how they feel about armed citizens on a block watch. We haven't heard back yet, but once we do, we'll let you know. Live in the capital city tonight, Brian Reed, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Brian, thank you. Some developing news we're following tonight from Canton, where police tell us they're looking for a suspect. Channel 3's Stephanie Simone is joining us on the First Alert Desk with more. Stephanie?
Mark, Canton police tell us they are tracking a suspect who has multiple warrants. Now, they did not say what the suspect is accused of doing, but they believed he was in the area of Secret Lake and Albany Turnpike in Canton. And all throughout the day, they searched that area. While they don't think he is there anymore, they are still asking neighbors to keep an eye out. That suspect, described as a white man, 5'10", 150 pounds, with brown hair, a beard, and he was wearing a gray sweatshirt and jeans. If you think you spot him, please just call police. On the First Alert Desk, I'm Stephanie Simone, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Stephanie, thank you. The high-profile Michelle Troconis trial is now on verdict watch, and the jury had its first full day of deliberating today. Inside the jury room, they have access to more than 200 evidence exhibits, along with a laptop to rewatch any of Michelle Troconis' 3 interviews with state police investigators. Today, they also requested to rewatch testimony from a friend of Troconis, a defense witness who testified last Friday. Troconis is charged with conspiracy to commit murder, tampering with evidence, and hindering prosecution in the May 2019 disappearance of Jennifer Farber Dulos, the estranged wife of Fotis Dulos. Our legal analyst breaks down just how much time she could spend in jail.
Conspiracy to commit murder. Typically, a conspiracy carries the same penalty as the predicate case, which would be murder, which is 25 to 60. If she was convicted of this, a conspiracy to murder only carries 20 maximum. Okay, for a hindering prosecution in second degree, carries 10, and tampering with physical evidence carries 5. And plus, there's a conspiracy with each count.
We will have reporters at court tomorrow, and as soon as there is a verdict, we'll send out alerts on the WFSB app and bring it to you live on the air.
Tonight, we're learning new details on a former Glastonbury police officer accused of going on a multi-state burglary spree. Patrick Hemingway has been arrested again in Wethersfield after police say he stole $76,000 worth of cash and property from Lucky Lou's last May. Investigators say Hemingway burglarized more than 40 businesses in several states. He was first arrested in September after resigning as a Glastonbury officer. Police in Vernon right now still looking tonight for a driver who killed a motorcyclist yesterday afternoon. Police say 25-year-old James Faulkner was riding his motorcycle on Prospect Street when he was hit by a white Infiniti. The driver then jumped out and ran away. Faulkner was taken to the hospital where he died. Police are asking anyone with any information to please give them a call.
Still ahead on Eyewitness News at 11, the Supreme Court agrees to take up Donald Trump's presidential immunity case and what it means in his bid for the White House.
And rallying for change at the state capitol tonight. The death of a non-binary teen in Oklahoma is triggering calls for action here.
Plus, remembering comedian Richard Lewis, how one of his Curb co-stars is honoring him tonight.